Hi, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. How you doing today? I hope all is good with you out there. I've been a little negative this week. Stock market's falling. It sounds like we're talking about nasty stuff, but hey, in reality, I just want to help you. I want you to be able to do stuff that maybe helps you grow your dough when it seems like all you're doing is losing. Well, we normally talk stock market and things like that, but as a financial advisor, I tell clients, I'll help you with anything. If I don't know the answer, I'll go find it. And that's my job, is to help you keep your dough straight. That's why our shirt says that. And they're brand new. Doesn't it look good? A little bit? Yeah, it's Friday. Feeling a little loose today. Hey, let's talk about the other side of this, which stems from a client email that made me think about this. And I said, well, let me shoot a few things out there. What are some things that you can do with your personal finances when maybe we're in a recession, headed to a recession, maybe things don't look so good and you're like, I should probably start thinking about tightening up with my dough? What's some of the stuff you can do? Well, the first thing, it's not the greatest, I'll be honest, right? The first thing you can do is you got to make your dollars that are emergency fund dollars or safety net dollars, whatever you want to call it, you got to make sure that that money, we call it sacrificial dollars because you're not trying to risk it, you're trying to have it in the event that you need it. Well, it's getting a little more competitive out there for high interest savings accounts, so now's the time to start looking around. For a while there, it was just like 2 or 3 online banks that are popular that were paying a decent rate, but now that interest rates are going up, those high interest savings accounts are going to start getting more competitive and already are. You should probably shop around. Now, we're working on something for clients that's like super cool, like futuristic type stuff where we could just do that for you. But if you're out there and you're like, I got a high interest savings account at my local credit union and it's cute and everything, but it's paying me 0.06%, look around. Maybe 0.8, 0.9 is the best you can do right now, depending on when you're watching this video, but that's the first thing you can do there. The second thing you can do is, now this means something different to everybody, so don't bash me on this one, but I always say borrow money when you can, not when you have to. You see, all last year, public companies were selling shares, they were raising debt, they were issuing new debt, they were selling a combination of both, they were issuing convertible notes, they were raising money like crazy because they could. If they wait for the market to fall, the economy to weaken, and now they borrow money, it's a lot harder. People don't want to loan them money, and of course it costs them more. So companies borrow money when they can, not when they have to. Look at Apple, for God's sakes. They have all this cash, but yet they still issue debt because they can. It's cheap. It means more to them to have the cash. Consider doing the same. And I don't know if this means a home equity line of credit. I don't know if this means like leaving your credit card there or whatever. I don't want to get into that with you. I'll help clients individually, but this is the time to consider raising money because you can. Maybe it's for a future purchase that's 2 years down the road, like our clients can borrow against their individual like brokerage accounts, and we don't charge them for that. We don't want to make money off of that. But if you have $100,000 in your account, it's like, we'll let you borrow it because we know you're good for it. Well, that would be borrowing money while you can. You don't have to spend it. You don't even have to use it, but you could open that access door if you'd like. So consider doing that. All right, the third one's a little more interesting. If you're married, consider filing taxes separately. For the next couple years, there's actually going to be a potential, like a big difference between filing married separately, filing married jointly. So take a look at that. We brought that up to clients last year, early this year before tax season. We said, you at least have to try it and see which way the numbers come out as, right? And I got countless emails from people going, never even thought of doing this, but my total taxable income just went down because my wife has a wider difference in income than I do. But there's a million variables there, but you see what I'm saying. Just try it. You don't have to file. You can just test it. TurboTax, whatever you're using, a CPA, say run it both ways. Let's see what happens, right? Maybe it saves you some dollars. Now be careful there. If you end up filing married and separate, but you guys are still together, that changes some things with what you can contribute to the Roth, how you'll get a deduction for your IRA. Be careful there, right? So if you do that, maybe get some help before you file. Make sure you're not going to break any rules there. The last thing that I'll share with you, and this sounds silly, hang with me for a second, but time to shop around for car insurance. And I get it. That's like as stupid as saying like, don't go to Starbucks every day. No. It's time to shop around for car insurance. And I don't necessarily mean looking for a better rate. I mean more finding out if you have the right coverage, finding out if you should increase your deductible. I actually did a class for clients, we call it Wine and Wealth, just a little get together, and I shared the actual statistics that insurance companies use to determine the rates that they charge you. What's the probability that they think you're going to file a claim? And so we started saying, like, look, if you've got your dough straight, you can actually have the highest deductible allowable, and here's the stats on how that should work. So it was a cool way of saying, like, not just shop around for car insurance, but go look at what your coverage is and go look at your deductible, and here's the odds that you're actually going to hit that, right? Here's the time period, all this cool stuff. It was a lot of fun, but that brings me to the point of anything that you have that's insurance related. If you have your dough straight, you know the wealthy always take the highest deductible. I did this for years with people with net worths over $10 million. That was my job. They always have the highest. Now, they have a ton of different types of insurance, but they always take the highest deductible because they want to pay the least for the insurance. And in the event of a catastrophe, yeah, sure, they'll go dip into their savings, their brokerage account, whatever they got to do, pay the high deductible and just chalk it up to bad luck. You could do the same, but not if you're cutting it close. So take a look at that. So number one, high interest savings. It's time to look around a little bit. Number two, borrow money when you can, not when you have to, if you're looking to. Number three, at least try to file separately and see what it looks like, or prepare separately, I should say. And number four is take a look at your insurance. Make sure you're not paying a lot of money for a really low deductible, but you actually have tons of money to pay the deductible if something were to happen to you or you needed the insurance, right? Things like that. We like to think about that here at Jazz instead of just saying, we're advisors, we'll manage your money, and somehow we're better than everybody else. No, we want to keep teaching. We want to keep pushing you to get your dough straight, and this is just one of those free ways we do it. If it helped you, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button. That's really all we ask out of you here, but if you feel so inclined and you want to look at us at jazzwealth.com, you'll probably learn a lot more there, and maybe we can chat sometime. Enjoy the rest of your day, and happy Friday, everybody.
Why should you choose Jazz Wealth as your retirement or long-term investing service? Our portfolios are managed by us, not some faceless mutual fund manager. Our private classes will teach you everything about investing and getting your dough straight. Best of all, our fiduciary standard means your best interest comes before ours.